Turns out that smooching fellow celebrities isn't for everyone. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times actors refused to kiss other actors on screen. For this list, we're looking at times when an actor reportedly hesitated or even downright refused to kiss another actor for a movie. To be clear, the actors may very well have kissed in the final movie, but as long as they initially objected in some way on set, it will be considered. Number 10. Reese Witherspoon and Robert Pattinson. Fear not, Reese and Robert did not get along, if that makes any sense. In fact, Witherspoon called Pattinson, quote, amazing and wonderful and sweet and just the nicest guy. So yeah, we think it's safe to say that she generally approved of her castmate. It's just that he had a wicked cold during the time they had to shoot the senior scenes, so Reese, understandably, wanted nothing to do with his lips. She told In Touch that Pattinson, quote, had the most hideous, horrible cold of any co-star I've ever had to do a love scene with. Ultimately, however, Reese wound up taking one for the team. A similar predicament plagued Thandie Newton while filming Rock'n'Rolla, but unlike Reese, she supposedly refused to kiss her sick co-star Gerard Butler, so they worked around it. Number 9. Shailene Woodley and Miles Teller. While filming The Spectacular Now, both Woodley and Teller would mess with the other person by eating or drinking some questionable items.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
I know.
Teller told Vulture, quote, we put stuff in our mouths so we could just offend each other. For Teller, that apparently included drinking Gatorade and eating licorice right before a kissing scene. For Woodley, that meant eating Chinese herbal supplements that supposedly tasted like dirt. Or as Teller poetically put it, quote, crap. As you can imagine, this made filming the kissing scenes a little less than passionate.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
And they say Hollywood is glamorous. Oh well, sounds like it was all in good fun. Number 8. Luke Grimes and Nelsan Ellis. Grimes and Ellis both appeared on True Blood together. Ellis portrayed series regular Lafayette Reynolds, and Grimes played a character named James Kent, who is introduced in Season 6. In Season 7, the storyline called for James and Ellis' characters to quickly fall into a romantic and physical relationship. This was apparently too much for Luke Grimes, however, and he reportedly quit the show over his character's direction.
Don't worry, okay? I'm not doing anything.
This greatly upset Ellis, and he told Vulture, quote, you make a big statement when you go, I don't want to play this part because it's gay. It's been reported that HBO, the cast, and/or writers were similarly upset with Grimes' decision. Grimes was ultimately replaced with actor Nathan Parsons. Number 7. Janet Jackson and Tupac.
Besides, I ain't got time for no man in my life right now, okay? Thank you.
This story gets a little complicated. Hollywood legend states that Janet Jackson refused to kiss Tupac on the set of Poetic Justice until he was tested for AIDS. For those who don't know, Tupac was known to be quite the player.
What do you want from me?
Nothing. Think you kinda fly. Shit.
The rapper and actor then confirmed this in an interview in the 1990s, saying that he was told about 4 different people were asking him to get tested, although he wasn't 100% sure if Janet was actually one of them.
I said if I could make love with Janet Jackson, I'd take 4 AIDS tests.
Long after the film had come and gone, Tupac's stepbrother Mo Preem would confirm the story to Vlad TV in 2015. However, director John Singleton seemingly denied the rumor around the same time period, claiming in the 2010s that the whole thing was just an on-set inside joke that turned into a publicity stunt. So believe what you want, we guess.
I know I made a mistake, but everybody makes mistakes.
Number 6. Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling. What is confirmed is that Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling did not get along on the set of The Notebook. Not only was kissing seemingly out of the question, but also Ryan apparently tried to have Rachel removed from the set. On one particularly heated day, Ryan reportedly pulled director Nick Cassavetes aside and asked him to get another actress to read Rachel's lines because he couldn't get into character.
I'm leaving town.
Leaving?
Yeah.
When?
Now, right now, like today.
In Ryan's own words, he just, quote, couldn't do it with her. This in turn prompted Nick to call an impromptu therapy session, and both Ryan and Rachel hashed, or more accurately, yelled it out.
Now I hate you, you
Well, I hate you.
bastard.
The therapy session seems to have worked, as Ryan and Rachel would go on to date. But their relationship only began more than a year after the film had been released. Number 5. Julia Roberts and Nick Nolte. I Love Trouble is certainly not one of Julia Roberts' stronger movies. You never really hear it being mentioned alongside Notting Hill and Erin Brockovich, you know? A major criticism aimed towards the film was the complete lack of on-screen chemistry between leads Roberts and Nick Nolte, a lack of chemistry that stemmed directly from their hostile on-set and off-screen relationship.
It's gotta be something big if both the Globe and the Chronicle are in bed together on it.
I wouldn't say we're exactly in bed together.
It's no secret that Roberts and Nolte did not get along while filming, and there were reports that they even refused to shoot certain scenes together. Roberts later allegedly called Nolte, quote, completely disgusting. So we can only imagine what her thoughts on kissing him were.
I was just waiting for the proper moment, that's all.
Which is gonna be when, Professor? When you finally get me in the sack?
Number 4, Lindsay Lohan and Charlie Sheen. These two controversial stars appeared together in Scary Movie 5. And sure enough, it generated headlines, though not for the reasons you'd expect. The script reportedly had the two kissing at least 3 times in one specific scene, which prompted Lohan to voice concerns due to Sheen's wild past.
You sure we're alone here? Feels like there's somebody else in this house. Did you hear that?
What she was specifically afraid of, we cannot say for certain. Regardless, the producers eventually acquiesced. Some of the kisses were written out of the script, and both actors used body doubles when otherwise needed.
I think I better go.
So at the end of the day, Lindsay and Charlie's lips never locked. Hilariously, Lohan's reluctance didn't seem to upset Charlie one bit, and he later gave Lohan $100,000 to help sort out her tax troubles. Number 3, Will Smith and Anthony Michael Hall. Back in 1993, Will Smith tried his hand at a comedy drama called 6 Degrees of Separation. He played a gay con man named Paul, and one scene in particular called for Smith to passionately kiss Anthony Michael Hall on screen. Smith showed great hesitance and refused to film this sequence, and frustrated director Fred Skepsey was forced to use a stand-in. To his credit, Will later regretted the decision, saying, quote, I wasn't emotionally stable enough to artistically commit to that aspect of the film.
That night was the happiest night I ever had.
He also regretted his behavior in front of, quote, actors and a director and a writer of that caliber. Number 2, Julia Roberts and Denzel Washington. Poor Julia Roberts pops up yet again, although this one is all on Denzel. Newsweek reporter Allison Samuels revealed in her book Off the Record that Denzel refused to film a love scene with Julia Roberts in the movie The Pelican Brief out of respect for his female African-American fans.
I want you to leave.
And no, not in a racist way. Washington is quoted as saying, Black women are not often seen as objects of desire on film, and they have always been my core audience. As such, he refused to kiss Julia, who was then pretty much a national symbol of Caucasian sexiness.
There's a lot of speculation that this woman is a figment of your imagination.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett. While filming The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Brad Pitt was deeply in love with his then-girlfriend Angelina Jolie, and it apparently became a bit of an issue with his fellow cast and crewmates.
You haven't been with many women, have you?
Not on Sundays.
According to The Telegraph, co-star Cate Blanchett jokingly said that it was, quote, disgusting to see how in love Pitt was with Jolie. This statement may have also had something to do with Pitt's supposed refusal to kiss, quote, a gorgeous redhead during filming. FYI, Cate Blanchett had red hair in the movie.
Our lives are defined by opportunities, even the ones we miss.
It's been reported that Pitt allegedly refused to kiss the actress initially, citing as possible motivation the fact that he didn't want to upset a jealous Jolie. Regardless, he was eventually talked into it, and the scene proceeded as planned. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.